Hey guys, what is going on? Unexceptional Rounder here, and I've got a special guest, my son Teddy. Ted, you want to say hi?
Hi.
So, I wanted to do my 10-day recap. So this has been the end of my second sprint, and I'm gonna kind of, like I said a while ago, I'm gonna do it a little bit more relaxed style. We'll see how long he lasts here. Here, have some cheese, bud. We're doing cheese, and he's got his milk, and I'm going to pour some wine, as I said I was going to do. So, background with the wine, if you haven't seen part 1 or 2. In part 2, I decided I was going to stop drinking for this next 10 days to see if that was maybe the culprit in my weight loss staggering, and it wasn't. So, anyway, regardless of whether it was or wasn't, I was going to have some wine on video. Now, this wine is... not even going to try to pronounce it, but I'll show you guys the label. Alright, so that's its, yep, not going to pronounce it. That's what it is. This is like all natural wine, no sulfates. It's made by a company that claims it doesn't affect your, nice Ted, come on. It claims that it doesn't affect your like blood sugar level, so it's supposed to be pretty good, no added sugar, nothing like that. And yeah, it's supposed to be very healthy wine, and I ordered like 6 reds. They're in the ballpark of like $25 a bottle, but apparently normal wine, again, this is according to the guy that sells this wine, which, not to say that makes it untrue, but just kind of giving you guys all the information on my sources, but claims that really, like if you get a hangover from wine, or if it makes you feel kind of crappy the next day, that it's, that doesn't happen with this wine. I have mixed results with wine when I drink wine. Sometimes I do actually get kind of hungover, and I've drank a few bottles of this wine, not this exact bottle, but this type of wine, and I haven't had any adverse effects, so I have no reason not to believe that isn't true. So this is my wine glass. It's a old coconut oil jar. I'm kind of a minimalist, so wine glasses don't seem like something that I really need. You can kind of see it's like it's not super dark red. I guess they actually add, there's ways to make the wine darker. I don't know a lot about wine, so I don't want to, what do we say? Cheers, Teddy? Alright, thanks. So, alright, now we'll drink. So Ted and I are relaxing, having our cheese and wine. Alright, and I got a new couch, so Ted wants to go sit on the couch, play with your toys, but I gotta do a little bit of work, okay? Thanks. I think this is his first time on YouTube. I did bring him on and introduce some people to him on my live stream a while back. But, like, oh my god. Obviously, most of you guys probably know having a kid is, like, the most fun thing in the world. It's awesome how quickly he learns and all that. So anyway, like I said, this is going to be kind of more of a relaxed video. Almost feels like a Friday or Saturday night type of video, but it is Wednesday night. So let's go over some stuff. My goals in the second 10-day sprint. Again, if you don't know what is going on, what I'm talking about, go back, watch the other videos. I'm pursuing a 100-day goal to become a winning 400 no-limit player. So I had 3 goals for the last 10 days. One was to complete parts 5, 6, and 7, take notes on those, and do some hand review. I finished parts 5, 6, and 7 and had all the notes done 5 days in. So I was way ahead of schedule getting that done. And the last few days... Helicopter? Where? Oh yeah, good job. I did. Well, no, actually, I'm not going to lie. I didn't see it. Sorry, I missed it. I can hear it, though. So I finished those in 5 days, which was pretty motivating because I was, like, ahead of schedule on it. And then I spent the last few days, I had, Ted for the weekend. Found out I really can't get a whole lot done when I have him over the weekend. It's just, for combinations of reasons, it's just very difficult for me. Maybe there's some way I can get better at it, but really... it's not like a bad thing if I don't get any of this stuff done when I have him all weekend. I mean, that time is to spend with him and to play with him and read him books and all that stuff. So there's certainly no level of guilt that I feel for not being more productive during that time as far as this goal, because when I have him, he's kind of my priority, except for right now when he's over there on the couch drinking his milk. I know, I heard it, bud. My other goal, my next one, was to get to 1.5 millimolars per deciliter of ketones in my blood. I do a finger prick and test my blood about once a week for blood glucose and ketones, just to keep track of my health. Teddy, can you give Dada a few minutes? Thank you. Thank you. You're a very good boy. Thanks. So, I ended up getting up to 1.8 last Friday, which is the highest reading I've ever seen. So that was an awesome goal. And I didn't put any, I'm not going to put any like weight goals because I think it's just sort of going to happen as it happens. But I did also, my other goal was no drinking for 10 days, which I accomplished. I mean, it wasn't really that hard. It's not like I was like, oh man, I really need a drink today. I just said I was going to and thought it'd be fun to drink a little wine and make a video. So let's switch over to the weight. So this is the last 3 months. So last 3 months, everything's like going well. Obviously, it's going in the right direction. That's all good. But if we look at like the last month, the last 30 days, whoa, oh crap. Hold on. Yep, wait one. Anyway, I'm gonna put that info in real quick. Point is, see if that's actually, there it is. Point is that my weight's kind of stalled for the last 10 days. And I don't think that's a big deal, but it's certainly not ideal. So here we've got my weight, again, about a month ago. A month ago I was right up around 195. And as of this morning, I was at 192. 192 is this sort of elusive like mark. That's the weight I was a lot when I was in the Marine Corps. 191 was the cap for 5'10", which is what I usually would get. My height would be 5'10", although now I think I'm closer to 5'9". Not sure what happened there. And so 191 was the cap for 5'10", and I think 186 was the cap for 5'9". So between 186 and 192-ish was usually kind of like my normal weight. And, if I had to weigh in or whatever, I would just, if I needed to, I would just sort of... Good job. Well, I got to drink all mine now. So it's not the end of the world. It's just, kind of been stalled for 10 days or so. I'm going to give it another 10 days of pretty much doing the same thing before I try to switch things up or really do anything differently. One more health note. I did go in and get some blood work done at the lab. Okay, can you give me a couple more minutes, bud? Thank you. You want to play with some of your trucks? Not the loud ones, though. So I, sorry. So, lost my train of thought. Anyway, not too worried about weight. Oh, health. Yeah, my cholesterol's super high, but because I'm in ketosis, I did a little research on it because I was like, all right, like I kind of knew that was a possibility. What's the deal? Why did that happen? So I did a little bit of research, and it turns out that when you're in ketosis and you lose a lot of weight because the the fat metabolizes and gets released into the bloodstream, like a lot of cholesterol ends up going into the blood. So when you lose the amount of weight that I have in the short amount of time that I have, sometimes that can temporarily spike your cholesterol numbers. So not a huge deal yet. Something to keep my eye on. I'll go back in a few months and get blood work done again. We'll see how that all goes. All right. So poker goals right now. I cashed out all my money on ACR. It kept making this stupid beeping noise that I couldn't get to go away unless I muted my speakers. But I listen to music while I play. I listen to a, oh gosh, I hope you guys can't hear that too much. There's like a fire truck toy going off in the background now. Yep, you can. I can see the bar moving. I apologize for that. Hey, Ted, can you play with a different toy, please? Please, for me? We got our answer there. All right, poker goals. So I cashed out all my money on ACR. It was making this weird beeping noise that was just irritating me. And I noticed there were a lot of short stackers on ACR, which means that it's like harder to make money essentially, which already we knew was true with America's Card Room, but having a bunch of short stackers that are just grinding for like the rake back bonuses doesn't help. So I cashed out my money on ACR, and I'm going to be depositing on Bovada soon. So once I get that money, and I've got a couple other checks that I need to deposit, I'll get that money onto Bovada. I also got a Poker Snowy subscription. The guys over at Poker Snowy were nice enough to give me a free month. I'm going to put out some YouTube videos. I really love playing with that software. It's really cool for analyzing different situations, and I'm going to use it a ton when I'm solving. Okay, good job. Good idea. It's going to help a lot when I'm trying to solve all these ranges in the future. So we covered poker goals, we covered studying, covered weight. Just a little side note, something that I've been doing. I've been kind of trying to try new things, and I've been doing what's called contrast showers. So at least once a day, usually before bed, I'll do a contrast shower where you turn it from hot to cold. I do that about 10 times, and it's 20 seconds on cold, 10 seconds on hot, and then I end with 2 minutes of cold. You kind of have to build up. I don't know if a tolerance is the right word, but you build up to it. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. So now I'm at the point where I can do like full blast cold on the shower for the last 2 minutes of my shower, and it's really no big deal. So that's supposed to help. Before bed, it helps you sleep. So I've been getting really good sleep lately, and it's supposed to help with like mental focus and some other stuff. And also, if you happen to be like an athlete, it's supposed to help with recovery a little bit too. So. Only other topics I want to cover, my meditation's been going really well. I think I missed one day, and that was one of the weekend days I had him. I've even been trying to do it the days that I do have him. Come on, you want some cheese? Oh, yep. Okay. Have some cheese. Wash your head. So, that was the only day I missed meditation. I've tried meditating with Ted, but he's not super big fan of sitting still that long. So, Ted, you like meditating? Yeah. Drop some cheese. So, let's see. So, alright, so the meditation, I've pretty much stopped taking all of, like, any medication. Because I think that, like, the other things I'm doing are working so well that I don't... Hey. Can you hang out for a minute? Okay, big hug. Yeah. So, the other things that I've been doing have been working really well. Thanks. All right. Is that better? All right. It's really loud when you grab the mic. So, sorry, I'll try to wrap this up. Actually, it's going about as well as I thought it would, so not much better or worse. Thanks. Thank you, Ted. The meditation is pretty much making it so I'm not taking any like anxiety medicine or like antidepressants or anything, which I used to take. Ted, I got it. It's good, thank you. So, and also like my focus feels like very, very good. My focus, especially during the day when I've been doing my studying, has been... Okay, yeah, good boy. So, yeah. I think I covered that. And overall, my overall happiness, I would say, has been about as high as it ever has for the last 20 days. One of the notes I made in this my freedom journal here the other day was like, wow, like I don't know if there's ever been a time in my life where I've been as happy as I am now. And it sounds like really kitschy, but like just this journal has kind of been, a big part of the cause, is just sitting down every day, thinking things over, having a very, very clear goal. All that stuff really helps me stay happy. So let's get on to so that's the recap. What I implemented for a routine was a nighttime routine where I'd take some magnesium, which also helps with sleeping, and do some other stuff, and that went really well. I didn't miss any journal entries this time, so I went from missing like half or more of the night ones to missing none. So that is like a huge improvement. And yeah, let's see. So those goals were good. top 3 goals for next sprint. I'm not going to move on to the next parts of the book yet. I'm actually going to sort of stall for another 10 days on flop. So the last 10-day sprint was on flop stuff and applications no limit hold'em. I'm going to continue that, and I found some really good videos that I had downloaded from Card Runners a while ago. That's Matthew Janda, who also wrote the book, going over a lot of flop, and so like he's gone over a lot of like flops and stuff for big blind or blind versus button situations, and he has another series on cutoff versus button versus blind, and those are all really good because those are incredibly frequent situations. So I'm going to go through all of those, do a bunch of study, use Poker Snowy, and continue just sort of building on what I did the last 10 days and really like mastering the flop play. So that'll be good, and then the following 10 days I'll move on to the turn stuff. So that's really good. That's what I'm going to work on, is completing all the notes on those videos, and then I'm going to solve 25 different flops in my hand journal, which is what I call, I guess I'll pull it up and show it to you. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Sorry. I should have prepped this. What's up, buddy? Wow, you're pretty good at positioning that mic. So let's go to date modified. Yep. Alright, well I apologize. I can't, for whatever reason, find... Oh, here it is. Flop hand study. Okay. So this is what I've built so far. Oops. I need my hand. Okay. What are we doing? Okay. Okay. So, sorry. Here we go. So this I made a few days ago, and it's sort of turned into like this tool that I'm going to use. I've also got my Flopzilla ranges in case I lose Flopzilla or something. But it's a way for me to go through and solve all these different situations. So I put in what the situation is, I can put in a few different flops, and then I can kind of go and talk about those situations, put in some ranges, and try to, oh, I'm flopping my hand? Flopping my hand? Okay. And try to solve, maybe like think about the hands. And also, this is a really good tool because if I go get like some coaching in the future, or get some different, if I get some, it's all right, sorry guys. If I get some coaching in the future, I can actually go through this and say like, well, here's what my thought process was in this situation, and here's, you know, why I think that, and then they can kind of correct it, or we can do some math or whatever. But it's a really good like starting point, and something that I'm going to build on. So
No.
what? Okay. All right. Is that good? Are we at a good? Okay. So that is that's the plan with that. No, nobody bit you. Stop that. He's trying to claim that somebody bit him at school and they didn't. All right. Hey, why don't you go sit on the couch and wait for me? I'll be. Okay. Why don't you stay here then and eat cheese? All right. Last thing I wanted to show you guys. Okay, I'm not gonna show you, but also on these videos and stuff that I've been watching of Matthew Janda's videos, I've taken on like 4 videos. I think like 10 pages of notes, going through, pausing the video, writing stuff down. When he asks questions like, hey, well, like, what range do you think you would do in this situation? I pause the video, I write down what I would do, I try to jot down a few reasons why that's what I would do, etc. So, like, really serious note-taking, and I think that's also really helping because I definitely feel like I'm starting to understand flop situations better. There was a ton of stuff I wanted to talk about in this video. I think I got to most of it. Let me just see what, so 10-day sprint, we covered what I'm doing for the next 10 days. One habit that I'm going to implement, last 10 days, it was my, Ted, just give me a second. Ow. You think you're funny, don't you? Think you're so funny. So, ugh, hands slimy. So the thing I implemented last time was the nighttime routine. So that went really. Okay, I'll talk to it. That went really well. And the next 10 days, I'm going to run or walk every day. So I've mostly done some walks and stuff, but I'm going to make that a habit that I'm going to implement. That every single day, I'm either going to go for a walk or a run, just to make sure that that's a habit. All right, last thing, if you guys have held in this long, awesome, thanks, appreciate it. You must be pretty diehard. I just happened to jot something down, which is, I've talked about it before, but sleep, hydration, those are two huge foundational things that if you don't have those taken care of, you're not gonna be amazing. Those are the basic things that. You gotta start doing the basics right. What's up, buddy? You wanna get down? Okay. So you gotta get those basic things down. And I was thinking about those other things that are kind of like that. And it's, I kind of jotted down sleep, hydration, diet, mindfulness, and exercise. And I'm almost at the point where I really feel like I have a very strong handle on all of those things. And I think that just the fact that I feel that strongly that those things are going well is giving me a lot of confidence going forward to feel like I really have the ability to do this, to play 400 no limit, to be a winner at 400 no limit, and to put in all the effort and study and focus that it's going to take to get there. So that is still my goal. I feel like I'm on track. I also feel like we're 20 days in, and I've already gotten a ton accomplished. I've gotten more accomplished in the last 20 days than other times when I've been trying to study and improve at poker by a significant margin. So everything's really good. Okay, don't drive the fire truck on the journal. Okay, don't drive the fire truck on the journal. All right, so guys, thank you so much. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If nothing else, it's mildly entertaining watching a little 2.5-year-old be weird. But no, everything's going really well. Yeah, I'll get it in a second. Why don't you get it? Why don't you ask nicely? Say please. Yeah, say please. So, that's all I've got, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. This weekend, I'll be hopefully coming out with a video that's me doing some of building in that hand journal that you saw, working with Poker Snowy, and going through some ranges and things. Yeah, I'm going to be heavy into the studying this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. I love getting up every day knowing that I've got, all this studying to do, and I think you guys are going to be really surprised when I, in a few, couple months here when I get back into playing a significant amount of hands. I think the results are going to be impressive. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great night, and keep on grinding, keep on studying, whatever you're doing. This is you, Rounder, and Master Ted. Can you wave and say goodbye?
Goodbye.
All right, bye, guys.